One big fish, one big fish, one big fish. All I wanna do is catch that one big fish. Might be a largemouth, smallmouth, maybe even a brown trout. If you ever catch one, you know what I'm talking about. All you wanna do is catch that one big fish. Might be a walleye, sawguy, maybe even a red eye. If you ever catch one, then you'll know why. All you wanna do is catch that one big fish. One big fish, one big fish, one big fish. All I wanna do is catch that one big fish. Might be a catfish, fatfish, or any other kind of fish. If I only had one last wish, all I wanna do is catch that one big fish. Yes, all I wanna do is catch that one big fish. All I wanna do is catch that one big fish.
This time on One Big Fish, we're heading to the tip of Michigan's thumb to the Port Austin Grindstone area to go out on Captain Dan's stormy Chinook charters targeting lake trout. And you know, lake trout, while they average 4 to 6 pounds and whatnot, Captain Dan, he's the man with the program. He typically gets into those, you know, those real big jumbo 8, 10, 12 pounders. So I got a really good feeling, Joe, that if, you know, we mind our manners and we do everything the right way, that we got a shot at one big old lake trout this time. What do you think?
I think it's, let's go get them, man. I'm ready.
Perfect weather, you know, textbook day, a little bit of chop on the water. Captain Dan's got us dialed into a great program. He's out here running in over 100 feet of water. And you know, lake trout love that deep water.
Absolutely, yeah. 100 feet, 100 feet I think we were fishing.
Yeah, yeah, 100 feet. And he's got all kinds of different techniques and strategies that we're going to be using today. We're going to get the skipper on here momentarily to explain his program for lake trout.
Let's go get some fish.
Grandpa Mazeda's been living up here for over 40 years. And Grandpa, you've been going down to the seawall and talking to the DNR guy and the fishermen almost every day that you're up here for the last 4 decades. So I know when I ask you what the fishing is going to be like, I'm going to get a good answer. So what's it supposed to be like this week?
This week the fishing was excellent. They've been getting a variety of fish, whitefish, lake trout,
Ooh.
And
any walleye?
Walleye.
Walleye, okay.
Walleye too.
All right, great.
A little of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Everything.
Variety and you know, we love variety, Grandpa. Now, by the way, Grandpa, what's your favorite fish to eat?
Walleye's a fish.
Walleye's a fish, you know that.
Walleye's the best.
Well, Grandpa, we're going to be heading out here to get us some lake trout, and I got a funny feeling we're going to bring you some lake trout, and you're going to love that too, man.
One big fish, one big fish, one big fish. All I wanna do is catch that one big fish. Might be a largemouth, smallmouth, maybe even a brown trout. If you ever catch one, you know what I'm talking about. All you wanna do is catch that one big fish.
Well, now we're out here lake trout fishing. Now, what's something that you're going to look for out of the lake? You know, what kind of structure are we looking for? What depth of water are we looking for? Water temperature? What are we looking for when we're coming out here, first of all?
Well, fortunately, the tip of the thumb is very structure rich. We basically go out, start about 80 feet of water in July and start looking for lake trout there. Lake trout like very, very cold water. Generally, the water on the bottom is anywhere from 39 to 45 degrees, and that's their preferred temperature range, and that could be any time of the year, winter or summer.
Okay.
Lake trout like cold, deep water. So we start about 80 feet and go out to as deep as 140, but where we generally find the best fishing is 105 to 110 feet of water. When I first get out in the morning, I set the planer boards out first with lead core, and run a lot of spoons. This green dolphin is probably one of the best spoons that I've ever run. Lake trout like a lot of green and chartreuse colors, and that goes for any type of lure you have in the water, whether it be a spoon or whether it's a spin and glow. I generally put the planer boards out first for salmon, because there are salmon, steelhead, brown trout, walleye, whitefish. There's a lot of different species out here that will hit those baits. And then I also target the deep water fish by putting the downriggers and the dipsy divers out. The two dipsy divers off the side are running very near bottom. You can occasionally tap bottom with those rods, but with all the rocks around here, you may lose some dipsy divers too. But the downriggers, you want to run at least 2 near the bottom. Just hit the bottom with your cannonball and maybe lift it up a couple feet so that the bottom feeding lake trout can see those baits clearly. And quite often, if you put too much stuff on the bottom, that can spook the fish. So 2, maybe sometimes even just 1 will get them to feed better.
That's an excellent tip. Now I know you said we're using spinners as well.
Yes. This is probably the most popular bait that the charter boat captains out here use. This is a what's called a ghost dodger. It's not a real silver dodger. It's kind of a brushed. It looks like a silver dodger that was you know, a wire brush was taken to it to kind of scratch it up a little bit. And this is a spin and glow.
Okay.
This is what we call a glow funky chicken.
All right.
Of course, they all have their own strange names, but this one works very, very well, especially early in the morning. And like I said, anything with green or chartreuse in it works very well for lake trout.
Great.
There's since 1860s, right? You know. Well, bringing them from so deep, you know, I figured they'd kind of come up to the top and just kind of peacefully. Man, look at that! Wow.
Nice laker there, Don.
Nice lake.
Got him.
Yeah, buddy.
Beautiful.
Yeah. You know, this is one of the few places in the United States. You come out here with Captain Dan, I'm gonna tell you what, lake trout, a lot of people just love them, man. A lot of recipes. There's oil, you know, a little bit oilier meat, so it's got some flavor. Unbelievable table fare. A lot of the king salmon have moved out in years past. They've started to move back in here into Lake Huron. And then as a bonus, you get some of these big monster lake trout. I'm gonna tell you what, this is an angling experience you need to come out here and check out. 10 minutes in, we already got the second fish coming in. And pretty typical. This is the lead core, so it's way back there. Anytime we get a lead core and it's about, you know, a mile back, it's officially Joe's fish. And,
Of course.
You know. But for him to be head shaking, you know,
Yeah.
a mile back, I mean, it's a pretty good
Back,
sign,
yeah.
you know. You know, these lake trout, they love this deep water. It's cool. I haven't asked the skipper what the water temp is, but I got a feeling it's not 70, you know. Lake Huron, this has been one of those slow warming seasons, you know.
Yep.
Spring, it took forever. We had a real harsh winter here in Michigan. And spring, just real slow, wet, cold. And this summer has not arrived with a bang. We haven't had all these 90, 95 degree days that you might get in some years.
Right.
And everything I understand, I think the skipper's been having a banner year. Of course, every year's great, but you know, some years are better than others. I got a feeling this a little bit cooler water, colder water, might keep the fish in a little bit closer, you know. We don't have that 4-hour run.
Right,
right. You know, spend more time fishing instead of running, you know.
You see that boat way back there? We got that boat or what?
Yeah, it feels like it, don't it? You know? You know? Come on, reel it in now. Come on. He scoops and score. All right.
All right. I think mine's
Nice.
a little bit bigger.
It is.
There you go, thinking again, you know?
See, the captain said it is.
There he goes thinking again. You know,
Yeah. Spots on that fish. Nice fresh Lake Huron lake trout, Grindstone, Port Austin area. He's not going to stop here. Here we go.
now
Nice,
we got a big
meaty.
tradition here, Joe.
Nice meaty
Give
fish.
him a big old sloppy kiss
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Come on
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Got it.
Think it's a big one? Yeah. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. Flip that first custom tackle rod holder up and let the games begin. That's right. Take it right out to the middle and yeah.
Well, look at the bend in that rod there. Ooh. You going to be able to get that one?
I got a feeling, Joe, that this is going to be that one big fish.
All right.
I feel it.
Beauty.
Look at that mouth.
Let's see if I can knock this one off.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can.
I'm going to back up, Don.
I know. Here I go.
That's a beauty. Got him.
Score.
Beautiful fish.
Yeah.
Beauty.
Beef. Not supposed to hit this early.
That's
Beef.
a beauty.
There he is. So far, the big kahuna. No, that's the one with the sea anchor on it, Joe.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's a sea anchor. Yeah.
The Skipper Dan's got us busy, man.
You know, a little bit of a recommendation while he's whining on this big fish is before you come out here with Captain Dan, go to the health club for a couple weeks beforehand. You know, just
Absolutely.
get them muscles working, because we haven't been out here an hour yet. I'm not exaggerating. Just put the big fish in a cooler, already out here, and he's squealing like a girl. Not that anything's wrong with squealing like a girl, but I mean, you know, big fish, left, right, left, you know. And we haven't seen the pattern yet. I mean, you know, novices that we are. You know, dipsy divers hitting them on the boards, or hitting them straight, lead core, this, that, the other thing. I mean, everything's working today, and the skipper just got us knee deep in the fish.
I mean, look at the bend in that rod.
Whatever, man.
Look
You
at
know,
the bend, man.
you know,
Look at this.
actually, there's a sea anchor on the other end of that. You know, I feel it. Straight up with the rod tip, Joe. Higher. There you go.
Oh, there's
Nice
a
fish.
Nice fish.
There's a dandy.
Nice
Bigger than
fish.
the last one, Dave?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Beauty. Look at this one. Beauty.
Man,
Wow.
beautiful.
Best guesstimate there, Skipper. How big?
That's about 9 pounds.
Beautiful
Woo.
fish.
Look at the coloration.
Look at the
It's just
colors.
perfect, isn't it?
That's absolutely beautiful fish.
Quality fish. You know, and down in what, about 110 feet or so, Skipper?
108 feet.
108 feet.
Now, how
Wow.
far back you think we were on that one?
That lure was very near the bottom. The dipsy dive was on about 300 feet.
Okay.
300 feet. Well, he definitely put some tension in those arms. didn't he?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice guy, man. Beautiful.
It's like Jaws. Beautiful fish.
You know what's amazing? These fish are down 100 and something feet, 110 feet, and you get them right up to the top, and they're still just fighting big time. A lot of fish would be, you know, get the bends, they'd be all sluggish. Instead, this fish is going 8, you know? Here we go.
All right,
got a net on her?
Not a big one, but
All right, all right.
Now, what do we get that one on?
That
Yeah.
on cut bait.
A cut bait. All right.
Well, this cut bait rig, it's a real simple cut bait rig. You just lift this up and slide the fish in. No toothpicks like the old style rigs. And the bait I was using, I cast netted down in Florida. There's just a plethora of fish down in Florida to fish for, and basically anything that puts a little bit of meat in the water, a little bit of odor for the lake trout will work.
Wow.
Okay, Dan, show us how you rig up one of these live bait rigs here.
Okay, this is a very simple bait rig. I just use a pair of needle nose pliers, lift the tab up, and put the bait in. It's that simple. You always want the hook to dangle freely near the end of the piece of meat.
Morgan's is how we like to prepare our fish. We have our lake trout here, cut into 1 to 2 inch chunks. We dust her up with our secret batter. Then we get all the extra breading off of it. Throw it in our pan here. Get ready to put it in the deep fryer. We'll put them in the deep fryer for about 3 to 5 minutes. Check them, see if they're a good golden brown color. Then they'll be good to go.
Look at that.
Fresh lake trout, Captain Morgan style. My
Just
goodness.
caught today. Can't get any better than this.
You know, that's the great thing right here, Captain Morgan's. Bring that fresh catch of the day right in here. They'll prepare it fresh for you. I got a feeling you'll never have a fish this fresh. Right off the, I mean, we just got done, just got in.
Just got in.
And
man.
within minutes of getting in, we're getting ready to
Already
taste it. Unbelievable. I'm predicting good things.
You ready?
Here we go. Here we go. All right.
Wow. That's good. I mean, got a nice taste to it, man. I'll tell you what.
You know what? Lake trout, I don't know what you've seen or heard or tasted in the past. Lake Huron, with this new diet they're on, unbelievable. Unbelievable. And you saw the size of these big giant fillets that we had.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, if you want to come somewhere and get a ton of fish to take home, and I mean good fish,
This is excellent.
this is the way to go. And stop by Captain Morgan's here, they'll cook it up fresh for you.
Excellent.
You know, I've been coming up here to the Port Austin area for over a decade. You know, my wife's grandfather lives up here. Some of my best memories are coming up here on Lake Huron in the Thumb and just enjoying some of the great things they have to offer. But instead of taking it from me, I've got a real treat for you today. We've got our first mate here today, Dave Dabowski. He's with the Port Austin Area Chamber of Commerce, and he can sort of fill you in on all those activities you can enjoy with the whole family when you come up here to the Thumb. Take it away, Dave.
Well, here in the greater Port Austin area, we have something for everyone. We have sandy beaches, we have beautiful state campgrounds, we have a wonderful farmers market that's second to none. Of course, the excellent fishing, not just lake trout, but walleye, bass, salmon. We have a community playhouse. We have a beautiful golf course. Of course, we have miniature golf, go-karts, horseback riding, canoeing, kayaking. You can walk on the beaches. We have beautiful sandy beaches, a wonderful breakwater to walk on. Of course, you get in the Grindstone area, if you just walk the shoreline there, you'll see some of the history of the grindstones they used to make. There's Huron City with an old lifeguard station on it, the Lighthouse Park with a working lighthouse that you can tour. Of course, in Grindstone, it's known for their famous ice cream cones, which they dipped over 50,000 last year, so don't forget to miss that on your visit. Our retail area is just completely renovated from years ago. New shops, new restaurants, fine dining, any kind of dining experience you want, really. Motels with pools, bed and breakfasts, just whatever you're looking for, you have at the greater Port Austin area. You need to do yourself a favor and get your family up here. You won't be disappointed. There's something for the entire family in this area.
We got a double here now.
Woo!
Beautiful fish.
You know, you get out here and it's like a disco extravaganza out here, you know? Unbelievable.
Now, you just got that 15-pounder in.
Yeah, unbelievable sound.
Then we had two hit at once here. Just came off the shelf. So they were on the back side of that shelf.
As soon as you guys get both those fish in, we're going to turn around. Go back over it again.
Go back over it again.
Don't you love a plan like that, you know? I love those kind of things. Oh, nice fish, as
Nice
usual.
fish.
Another nice fish.
one.
See him up there swimming? Just underneath the surface?
I think we're going to have some good eats tonight, man.
Are you kidding me? Us in the city of Port Austin, man, at this rate. Holy cow.
That's the net.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide over
got my net
behind
here.
Yeah.
As you can see, I got mine in first.
Yeah. They say they're not reproducing, but I believe they are because we get a lot of unlipped fish. A little bit more. I got them.
All right.
Yes.
In the net. They're fighting,
You
man.
know, a lot of times a lake trout gets a bad rap. You know, I have no idea where they get it because these things are just slamming base at 100 feet deep and fighting all the way to the boat.
Yep.
You know, and yet people will go out on one of these fantastic sport fishing walleye trips just to drag in a few 2-pounders or whatever. These things are fighting all the way to the boat, man. You need to get out here and experience this.
This is great, man. All right. Let's get them in the box.
All right.
Will they fit in the box? Holy cow.
Let's get in there.
Yeah. Man. Great job, Joe.
That's
Get in
awesome. That's awesome.
Now it's time to get geared up with Andy at Frank's Great Outdoors.
Here at Frank's, as you can tell, we have everything you need for your big water trolling, from your diver rods to your planer rods, as well as line counter reels. We have them entry level all the way up to that reel of a lifetime, that Shimano Dakota. What we're going to put on the end of that is a wide variety of things. We can run some lead core with inline boards, or we can run some wire divers or some fireline divers. On the end of that, a lot of guys like to fish a spin and glow to target lake trout, and they'll put a dodger in front of that. Dodger and spin and glow works great. Dodger and squid also works great. There's a whole lot of stuff, and stop to the store and let the guys help you catch that one big fish.
Yeah, he's just tracking off to the side.
Wind's picked up a little bit out here.
And that gypsy was nowhere near the bottom either.
Another good fish, another good quality fish. Into that.
That's our limit here, buddy.
That is the limit, buddy.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Great fish.
Skipper, what a dream outing, and I'm gonna tell you what. It's not even 11 o'clock.
Wow.
This is it's not even 11 o'clock. At quarter till, less than a half-day trip. We got our limit of lake trout. Got that bonus walleye in there, and none of these have been little teeny tiny lake trout. They've all been healthy, thick, mainly lake trout. How beautiful they are. Now this one's got that fin clipped.
Yes. That is a planted fish.
A planted fish. Not all of them that we've caught today have had that, but this one definitely see no fin there, right? It's been clipped right off. It's definitely not hampering his ability to come and suck down lures though, is it? Man, good job.
Now we got one here on the downrigger. We haven't had much luck with the downrigger today, eh, Captain Dan?
No, it hasn't been as good today as it usually is on downriggers.
All right.
That's why I've been making some changes on the downrigger to try to get them to bite those baits.
Okay. Now we got one. This one just on a plain spoon. Here he comes. This has been a common fish today. This is probably one of the small ones today. I mean, it's just awesome fishery.
And there's been a lot of big lake trout around the last 3 weeks.
Beautiful fishery. I mean, those fish are so pretty.
Well, the skipper took us up over this plateau. It went from like 112 feet up into that 100-foot range. And just as he predicted, wham, we start marking fish, and this first one goes off. I believe it's on a dipsy, right, Skipper?
Yes.
This dipsy tripped, and we're off to the races. Now, this line is probably 300, 400 feet back, so I'm not going to bore you with the next 10 or 15 minutes, but I got a good feeling about the size of this fish now. So we'll tune back here 2, 3, 4 minutes. And,
Skipper says it's a big one.
Ooh, that's the first time he said that too, so good news, right? We'll see you here in a couple minutes. Oh man!
Look at that one, all right.
Oh, look at that.
Nice fish.
Hello.
That's a nice one.
Woo!
I'm gonna scoot over here so you can get
the
over
big
here.
kahuna. Yeah, buddy.
That's a big one.
Woo! Look at that head shake. My goodness.
Wow.
Great googly moogly. Wow, good. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that mouth.
Wow, man.
That's a nice trout.
Holy cow, look at that. I hear that Jaws music, Skipper. Dun, 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 dun. Man.
Might need a bigger boat, right?
Wow. All right, here I go. Here I go. Here I go. Yeah. He's getting closer.
Wow,
He's in there. Woo! Woo!
that
The
one.
big kahuna.
There's
Are you
one.
kidding me?
There's a
Look
big
at that
fish.
fish. Hello. Woo!
Now that is one.
That's what
big
I'm talking
fish.
about, baby.
Yeah.
One big fish.
All right.
Yeah. Hello.
That's nice.
What a creature. What a creature. You know what gave it away for me? The skipper says, big fish on, and then I started hearing that Jaws music. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, and I just knew. I knew that was the rod to grab. Look how wide that back is. A small child could ride this thing. Unbelievable fish. I love it. Beautiful coloration. Deep water, too. Skipper gets up there on that shelf just like he predicted. I love it when a good plan comes together. All right, to the box with you. Big old jaws on that thing. Ought to have them jaws mounted like on TV, man. Unbelievable.
Smallmouth, maybe even a brown trout. If you ever catch one, you know what I'm talking about. All you want to do is catch that one big fish. Might be a walleye, sawguy, maybe even a red eye. If you ever catch one, then you'll know why. All you want to do is catch that one big fish. One big fish. One big fish.
Well, there you have it. The fruits of the labor. I'm gonna tell you what, Dave, we never expected this great of an outing. All before 11 o'clock, everybody got their limit. Nice, healthy lake trout. Dave, is this a typical day for you guys?
It's pretty typical. Maybe not all this big, but limit catches are good.
And the big kahuna himself, that big old 15-pounder, you know what? Dan was making all kinds of moves. He had more moves than X-Lax. And Joe, did you ever in your wildest dreams think that the Thumb had this kind of an awesome fishery?
No, excellent fishery here. Coupled with a captain knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
You'll have a good time. Great area, wonderful fishing. I suggest anybody get a hold of Dan up here. Take a look at this area, Grindstone, Port Austin area, and you have an awesome time. Not to mention that good ice cream.
You got that right.
Black cherry.
Black cherry.
Black cherry.
All right.
Settle for the moose track. So for one big fish, I'm Don Sweet, and we'll see you next time out on the water looking for that one big fish.
One big fish. One big fish. One big fish. All I wanna do is catch that one big fish. Might be a largemouth, smallmouth, maybe even a brown trout. If you ever catch one, you know what I'm talking about. All you wanna do is catch that one big fish. Might be a walleye, sawguy, maybe even a red eye. If you ever catch one, then you'll know why. All you wanna do is catch that one big fish. one big fish, one big fish, one big fish. All I wanna do is catch that one big fish. Might be a catfish, fatfish, or any other kind of fish. If I only had one last wish, all I wanna do is catch that one big fish. Yes, all I wanna do is catch that one big fish. All I wanna do is catch